Hi Flosstube, it's Narissa from Narissa's Stitching Lifestyle. Welcome. Today is 25th of April 2024 and this, I can't even remember what Flosstube number, no point even trying. So it's been a little while and I'd just like to say thank you for coming back. Thank you for following my videos. I've been really enjoying doing this journey of all my stitching. Sometimes I never realise how much I actually stitch. I know I do it every day, but to actually see what you get and what you don't, and that's kind of why I do these videos. It lets me see exactly where I'm at, whether I've been naughtily concentrating on just one or two, or whether I've been ADHDing it, and I guess, and touching lots of different whips. And this time it is definitely the second option. Okay, so where to start? I have stuff this side, I have stuff this side, and I have stuff down here. So why don't we start with some finishes? I have one fully finished item to show. I'm just going to bend down for a second. Okay, so I stitched this, oh my gosh, a while ago, and I'm meaning maybe it's been sitting in my box of need to fully finish for at least a couple of years, and it is Stacey Nash Primitives, Red Week Stitching Pocket and Chatelaine. Sorry, there, that's probably a bit better. It's very cute. I did do mine. I stitched it on 40 count and I finally got around to fully finishing it. It's a little bit different to the other, not by much. I haven't done the strawberry just because I ran out of the same linen, but this is my finish. And I put a reddy background on. In the picture, it does show more of a brown, but I actually liked the pinks and reds. So she's all the way around the back, but I love this, the little wee hanging bits, and then my little wee ribbon and bow and roses. Picked that up somewhere absolutely ages ago, just been sitting, but I love it. It's so cute. Now I know I did stitch it with it was supposed to be done with, well, they recommend Weeks Dye Works. Now I didn't do that. I did do it with the DMC conversion, only because there's not a lot of stitching in it. It was actually the finishing, and to be honest I was a little bit nervous about doing that, just because it's something a bit different to what I normally do. These guys here are not perfectly shaped, but I think that kind of adds to the detail. My little wee windrower. It's gorgeous. So this is my one fully finished item. But yes, recommend if you can get it. Lovely quick stitch. And I reckon it even turned into a folding needlebook would be quite cool for the bottom piece, and I may even do that again. It's absolutely wonderful to stitch. I'm just going to pop this over here. Okay, so while we're in the finishing thing, let's have a look at my pile down here. So we're just going to pull everything out of the road. I'm just going to pop a couple over here. Okay, so the first big finish, or biggish finish, I finally finished In All Things Be Exceedingly Diligent by Needlework Press. It's on 40 count, DMC threads, 1/2. Absolutely gorgeous. So the alphabet I'd finished, and I just had to finish up in these bits around here and finish colouring in the houses. But oh, absolutely gorgeous. So happy to have that finished, because it actually goes with its companion piece, which is, and be, what was it, kind to one another, be kind and true. No, be kind to one another. I will show you the pattern book shortly. So that's stitched on 40 count as well. But yes, that was my finish. So glad to have those two done. Oh my goodness, sorry, everything just wants to fall down today. Okay, so this one here was the Exceedingly Diligent by Needlework Press. And be kind to one another. So there is a third one, and I'm just not sure if I'm going to stitch that yet. I haven't got that pattern, and I'm still contemplating whether I want to do the third one that goes with it. But absolutely love doing those, and so glad to have those finished. Okay, then I've gone back to a couple of years ago. I mean, I love stitching my samplers, don't get me wrong, but in the mornings before work, I actually like stitching a lot of my ornaments for Christmas, or, you know, just little smalls. You don't want to pull out a huge big piece of fabric and stitch away, especially with the small counts that I work on. So I've been working on some ornaments. So the first couple that I've finished stitching, now these haven't been assembled yet, is Prairie Scholar's last year's one. Now I only had to finish, seriously, the wording. I thought I had it finished, and then when I went to fully finish it, I didn't. So he got fully finished. Snowy Night, Prairie Scholar. Now these are stitched on 18 count Ada that I dyed several years ago, and I dyed almost, I think, 1.5 meters, 2 meters of fabric. So I've got quite a little bit left to finish making a few more as they come out. So that one there is finished. And I also started and finished this year's Prairie Scholar Centre. When I first seen her, I wasn't sure about the green background, the trees. Kind of contemplated on filling them in, but as I started stitching it, I realized that this is actually really nice. It's a very quick stitch. Well, for me it was a very quick stitch, because there's not a lot in it really. Whoops, pens might be easier. So here he is, 2024 Prairie Scholar Centre. This little wee horse up here is so cute. But yes, I did end up sticking to the pattern, and actually I think it did need the trees. Needed it to finish it off. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare. It's because it's so early in the morning. It's the lighting's not perfect. But yes, so yay, two more to go. Glad to have them finished and done, and they will go in one of my boxes of finishing. I've got one that's Christmas ornamenty stuff and one that is general finishing that needs to be done. But yeah, glad those two are done. So while I was on that type of finishing, I was also in the mood to just carry on with ornaments. Only in the mornings though. Didn't stitch these during the day, in the evenings. So the next one that one of the ones that I worked on, is one that a friend has lent me, and it's A Dear Christmas. And they are by Kelsons? Oh, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. This is the one. So I've done the stitching, haven't done the finishing yet. And I did do it on Red Rose by number 12 Stitch Co. in 40 count. So here he is for you. Absolutely beautiful. So he will be finished, and I think I am going to finish him in that the drum shape. Just drop the pattern. Definitely is a day of dropsies. But gorgeous. So yes. Beautiful. So another one ready to go for the Christmas tree. Go in that finishing pile, and then when I'm in a finishing mood, I'll just do a whole heap. So because I had the red out, which I'll show you here. So this is it. And it's saying, and I've still got heaps left, and I've done 1, 2, 3 ornaments in the red so far. This is, so here you go, Red Rose 40 count by number 12 Stitch Co. Okay, so when I went to attended the Jingle Ball, I love Kathy Haberman's ornament designs, and she had 2 on red. Must be something about the red this year. And I purchased a little bit of joy. Sorry, it is black and white. My printer's run out of colour. And the other one is called A Whole Lot of Joy. So I have stitched these 2. They are on the same piece of fabric. Here's the little bit of joy and the lot of joy. So they'll go in the box to be finished. But they're nice, quick, easy stitches. Absolutely wonderful. I'm sure Kathy will release them at some stage to the general public. But yeah, absolutely well worth it if you're not sure about the Jingle Ball and attending. If you like stitching ornaments, it's definitely well worth it. I've still got a whole heap that just going to work through that I've purchased, or they had quite a few freebies and stuff that, yeah, I'm just going to work my way through them, stitch them on different colour fabrics, add some more colour into the tree, which will be really nice. I didn't stop there though. So I have quite a few big series of Christmas ornaments, you know, like 12 days kind of thing, or there'll be 8 in the series or something like that. So I'm trying to finish a few of those up as well, because there's new ones out that I want to stitch, there's new ones out that I've bought the patterns for, but I don't want to start another whole big series of things without knowing that these are finished, at least the stitching, because the assembly I can carry on with. So the ones I worked on this time around and finished were part 3 of the 12 Berries of Christmas by Erica Michaels. All falling out at me today. And it's kind of hard to see on here, but I stitched number 8 and number 9, and they are both fully stitched. So here is number 8. Make sure I have got it on the right way, not inside out. And number 9. And I have started number 10, but literally only a thread in there, so I don't worry about bringing that over to show you. So 8 and 9, so 3 more to go in that series, and then I'll be able to make all the berries up. I don't want to make them up until I've done them all, because I do want to finish all the tops and all that the same, so it's better just to do it all in one. So that was him. That's him. All right, so that is basically the end of my finishes that I finished stitching. There is one more, but it's also part of a whip, which sounds kind of strange, but it's not. Okay, so another series that I have, of course, Hands-On Designs, and they are 12 days, she calls them, but they're all the red ones. So I worked on those some more, and I have finished some. Now we need to fold this as we go because it is quite a big piece of fabric. So rings, 5 golden rings is done and finished. What have we got underneath? Partridge is done and finished. Just need to finish the back stitching on. Oh, rings is not. I need to finish the back stitching. Sorry about that. Partridge is fully finished. Where is it? Doves is fully finished. Hens is not. Just needs back stitching. Birds. Kind of hard to see, isn't it? Birds has still got a wee bit to go. Let's have a look. And like I said, rings has just needs the back stitching. Geese, 5 golden eggs, 5 golden rings, six geese, are they? Is it? Gosh, can't remember. Back stitching just on that one there. So then swans is done apart from the back stitching, and maids is as far as I've got on that one. So just working on these in the mornings, kind of picking and choosing between the 2 sets of 12 really at the moment, and then I'll get back into some of the other ones, but I want to finish these guys before Christmas in July so that I can start some new ones. Okay, so we might as well carry on into the whips. We'll start with the pile over here, and then we'll worry about the pile over here. Okay, so my next, some books getting a bit worn out. My next ones are from Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs, and it's the stocking series. So once again, series is the key part. And the one that I've been working on is Holly and Ivy. Now, these are being stitched. Here it is here. Whoops, sorry. Okay. Get them around the right way. So here's the bottom of him. We've still got a few little bits to fill in at the bottom, but we're making our way on the bottom and then we'll come up. But he's the STUVW of the alphabet. Yeah, so these, because on this piece, if you remember, I have all the others so far. So 3 done, number 4's on its way, and they are all being stitched, because apparently I forgot to mention it last time, and I do apologise for that. Being stitched on 40 count Bramble, and it's by Picture This Plus. It's just quite nice with all the colours. Now I am doing mine with the DMC, only because the ornaments. I find doing the DMC for ornaments is really good, because out of one skein you can get so many ornaments stitched. So that's another lot, but I kind of just work on that one as a general whip. If I come home from work and I really don't want to pick up one of my big guys, I stitch on that one. Okay, so another one that I worked a little bit on was a Stitch in Time. Now this is exclusive to a Stitch in Time in Hobart, Tasmania. Now I believe these are still available for purchase. Absolutely gorgeous little wee red sampler. And excuse the thread, so I obviously put it down, and then when I carried on, started stitching again, I picked up something else. Right, so I've brought the alphabet across the top here, and we are up to we're up to the little wee, I need more sets of hands. this is where we're up to, this one, this little wee symbol here, and then we'll be able to start bringing it down. So this is at the bottom, that's the symbol, so pretty much down to about here, and then that's going to come all the way along. Now this is being stitched on a piece of 56. Hold on. 55. Kingston linen, just in flax, so just a plain flax. And I am using number 12. Oh my gosh, I really shouldn't do this first thing in the morning. 103 silky threads, and color number is 664. So yes, I need to put a little bit more time back into this one. It shouldn't be taking me this long. I may even pull that out after we've finished filming. Okay, so we're just gonna drop him down there. Just don't want it to roll under the couch, or I'll never find it. Okay, so my next whip that I worked on is Exemplars from the Heart. And it is called And They Sinned. Now she's a skinny but long girl. And then my little thread that's in the cloud there. I'll just try and get him out of the road a little bit. Okay. So this is where I'm at. So when I picked it back up again, I had the sun and the moon done, and a couple of the little crowns, or diamonds, and the crown was done. So I finished off the bird, the heart, and then came down stem right down to the bottom of that segment, and have started filling in the bits and pieces. So Eve has been stitched, and the snake, there's a little bit more to fill in with him. Adam and the tree is still got to go, or Adam and the tree, yeah. I'm sure it's the tree. No, not the tree. Well, the tree will be there, but Adam's still got to be stitched from that, and the little bits and pieces in between here. But what I wanted to do was basically get down to here so I could come across and then start filling in the gaps in between, because I really want to get that tree done. So we're probably, I would say not quite a third of the way there yet, because there's a third, there's a third, and then the big third. So still a little wee way, but I would like, yeah, next session we'll work a bit more in this section here. But it's looking gorgeous. So it's being stitched on, let's have a look, what have we written down? Hogger bristle, so fox and rabbit, 40 count, and I'm using all the called for threads. There's a couple that I've just got the DMC for, because we just couldn't get those, so they're just on the DMCs. But yes, absolutely love how this is coming out, and just making steady progress, so happy with that. Okay, just drop that one back down there. Right, so then another one of my favorites, and of course it was one of those nights where you just don't really want to have to do a lot of colour changes. So Maria had to come out. Hands across the sea samplers. She's a big girl. She's beautiful. Right. So, okay. So she's been stitched on antique lace 46 count from number 12 stitch code. I am using Silks for You PB034. Right, I need to get some bigger boards. Okay, so on this one this time, I was halfway through this section here coming across. and I decided I wanted to bring her all the way to the edge, and this is the end, and that starts coming up. So we have got quite a wee bit done, and I now know that it definitely fits on the 40 hooks count on the what is that, an 18 by 30 inch piece, which is good. So yay, made really good progress on that one. My big whips get a bit hard to try and get into the camera range. Excuse me. But love working with the oh, excuse me. We love working with the silks for you, silks. Absolutely gorgeous to stitch with. And especially on the 46 count, just glides in there. Alright, so I think my sneezing fit is finished. Will be good. Okay, so another one I pulled out, and I've done a little bit on this, but it just hasn't been calling me, which is kind of disappointing. And that is Martha Walmsley, and she's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. From Hands Across the Sea Samplers, she is being stitched on 40 counts that I've dyed to look kind of similar to, what did they put it on? I think it was Tabby Cat. Yep, Tabby Cat linen, a shade of Lallybrook. So I haven't got that, but I have dyed it very similar. And I had originally done this flower here in the middle and a little bit of the greenery, so I've come on one side and working on the other side, and that is right at the top here. This one, and this one, kind of working in there. On this one, I really want to get the border done before I go into the internals, because I know once I stitch that internals, I just won't go back and finish that border, and I love the border as well, so definitely want to get that done. I'm doing it with the DMCs, and they are just gorgeous colours. So I don't know why Martha's not calling to me. Maybe as I get some of these other ones worked on a little bit, she will, or get past those sort of, that top row, I think we'll be fine. Okay, so another one I pulled out, and this one I did work quite a wee bit on, so I really want to get this. If I say it, I'm going to jinx it, but I do really want to get this one finished, and that is the Smith Sampler by the Scarlet House. I've had this as a whip for a good few years, being stitched on 40 count. Just a antique white that I actually just slightly tea dyed, so it's just not tea dyed, but it's dyed to look like tea dye, just very faint, using the DMC threads. Right, so oops, sorry about that. Okay, so on this one here, I got quite a bit done. So I finished off down here, finished the pass. So this whole section at the bottom is finished. I worked on and finished the tree in here, and the little wee one underneath. So now that whole section is finished, minus the borders. So this part here has to then come up this side. So I haven't done that yet. And then on this next one, I've done the run across, ready for the next frame, and I stitched this one and finished it up, and then stitched the little wee bits in between. So quite a bit, but it's nice to have 3 sections finished. So 1, 2, 3 are all finished, and then we've got these two to go in the borders. So next time I might actually bring the borders up before I get into these middle ones here. I'm just not sure. Depends on when I pick it up, what I feel like stitching. Do I want to stop start, or do I like want to get in and do a tree? You know, I don't think at this stage I'm going to put Smith on it. I have contemplated putting my surname in there. I've just got to graph it out and see if I can get it to fit. It should do, because it's only little, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'm just going to do it as the plain white and maybe do a little bit of the design from the border in the middle. But yeah, really pleased with where I've got with this, because like I said, this is one I want finished and out of my whip pile, well and truly. Okay, so let's put him over there. The pile on the floor is getting big. All right, so now we're going to jump to this side. So these are some of the big guys. Quite a few who've definitely come out to play this time round. Okay, so up next, sorry, I've just got colour straight hairs and I can just feel one sitting in my eye, is Anne Dale. Big and beautiful. Now she's by Straight Sweet Palette. Once again, sorry, it is in a black and white photocopy. But she's gorgeous. DMC threads. Getting a little tatty as you get further through. And Anne is being stitched on a piece of 40 count that I dyed myself. Now I do have a couple of hanging threads and we will need to try and go back further to get her in, and I don't think we're going to. Rightio, so what I've done this time, so let's start with last time. So all the bottom is not complete, but everything that is there is finished. So we've still got a little bit to do in here, and I really wasn't in the mood for that. On this side here, we finished up these two, just finished off the little bits and pieces that needed doing. Then in here, there's a green border that goes across, and it's like 5 rows deep. So we finished that one up. Still got to do the missing one from here. In here, didn't do any 1/1 wording, probably should have, but I wanted to start filling in the 5 layers again of just plain stitching across here. So we're about halfway. We'll get that to the end soon, and then that means when I'm ready to do these, it's just straight into it. So we're getting there. She's another one that I really would like to have finished, but she's still got a long way to go yet. There's definitely a reason why she's called Big, Bold and Beautiful. If I stand up and move back, you get it all in. And that's probably a bit more truer to the colour of the background actually. Oh, still can't quite, can we? The chair's in the road. But she's gorgeous. So I'm really happy with my work on that. She'll just come out and we'll do a little bit more. Yes, we go. Okay. Oops. Alrighty, so another one that came out to play is another big girl. And that is Dutch Beauty. And she is being stitched with the DMC threads, which are the called for. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, Elizabeth. Hold on. Please hold. Let's get the right colours with the right ones. DMC threads though. Beautiful colours. Okay. And she has been stitched on 40... Oops, here's my little tag. 46 count up in the attic. Right, so before we started our next session, I had done that pretty much her, apart from I needed to fill in the rest of the skirt, which I finished, and I've done the pink top blouse up here. And just a few little wee bits and pieces in amongst this. They're just not really noticeable, the colours. Then I thought, well, I want to come down. So rather than going across, I wanted to come down. So I've gone in and come down with just a single border at the moment. Now that part there, which is the bottom that I've got to, is where this row here is going to start in. And that's kind of where I wanted to get to. I just didn't get quite finished. But now I can either come further down or I can start doing along here. So I have done a little wee house. Oops, sorry, shadows. There's a little animal in here. It's another little dog. This dog, and then the rabbit. Now the rabbit still has to be filled in. His outline is done, but I haven't filled him in. I thought I'd save that for, you know, one of those just need to fill in stitch days. The same as like this one here where you don't have to count. Still needs to be filled in. So there's still a little bit of work around here that needs to be done. The border across the top needs to come across. But yeah, she's gorgeous. I'm loving stitching on her. And I don't know why I put it off for so long to get it started. But that's Dutch beauty. Rightio. We're almost there, guys. Okay, so the next one that I worked on was Elizabeth Furnace 1836 by Hands Across the Sea Samplers. Now she's another big girl with lots of stitching in her, and I'm working down here at the bottom. She is being stitched on 40 count that I did myself, and I DMC threads. Right, so that's just a couple of threads there. This is where I got to. Let me just have a little think. Right, so this time round I have stitched, I'll just move a little bit closer so you can see. I stitched this deer here, the first of the big white sheep, the rooster, and the green in here, and these two pieces of green here. So kind of just bringing that little patchwork of grass across and filling in. So this is still up here. I think there's still another few stitches before we start coming across completely, but I just wanted to be able to get some of the animals in. Part way through this deer here, and then this here is just the outline of the green that's going to come across this in this. What is it that's there? It's a bird's tail. It's kind of really hard to see it in the picture, but right here there's a little wee bird, and that's what I need to put in next here, so that then I can fill in this green, which is similar, same green as the one down here. And then I'll be able to, once that bird's in, bring these other guys here across. But gorgeous. I'm loving stitching these guys. And you know, you spend all this time, you know, these take a good, you know, 45 minutes to an hour to stitch across there, if not longer, because you know they're 5-6 rows deep. There's a lot of stitching, but it never looks like you got very far, yet you've spent hours on that little wee piece. But gorgeous. Loving how that Elizabeth is turning out as well. And I know there's lots of floss tubers that have stitched her and finished her over the year before, but she was in my to start pile for so long. She's just, yeah, can't wait to have her up on one of my walls. Okay, so then my last big project that I worked on was Charlotte Warrington 1838 by Needlework Press. And in the Facebook group, homespun needlework. They it's a 2-year stitch along, which she'll probably will take that long to stitch, if not longer, because she's got some big full in areas. Some other areas are quite quick, but yeah, big full in areas. And a lot of people have started course up here to follow along. It's basically kind of a page per month to get her progress. Well, this part here is quick stitching for me, so I thought I'm working down here where it's the dense stitching and getting that done, and then I'll work my way up, or at least the grass done, and then I can bring up the sides and across. Right, so this one is actually on my scroll rods, only because she is such a big girl, and it's on 46 count, so it's quite hard to see in your hand, and need to either hoop it to open it up or to stretch it out, like on the stretcher bars. I mean, they're loose at the moment. And it's 46 count hog bristle. Right, so try and hold her steady. So before I picked it up, we'd done all of this part here, this guy here, had put the grass in, and then come along and done the lady. So this time I picked it up, I put this big sheep, deer, whatever he is. I have come along a bit more and started, the next sheep's done, and then this little wee one in here. So just working my way along. Now where the red line stops here, it's a little bit further, and that's actually the centre of the pattern for along the bottom. So we are getting there. Sorry, this lighting is terrible today, but love how that's coming out. So because it's on the scroll rods, it's one of those ones where I really only sit and work on her every now and then, which means I might put a thread or two in, and it's normally here, normally if I've got an extra couple of hours to spare, because yeah, it takes a little while. But oh my gosh, I'm not sure, I didn't check before I jumped on whether you can still, because they did reissue this, because there was so much demand and a lot of people missed out the first time, whether it is still available on the group. But if you're interested, I would jump on there pretty quickly if you haven't, and I would nab it, because I don't know if it'll ever be released or not. A lot of them don't, some of them do, but yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous. She's my Wheat Dye Works. Lots of colours in here, but she's gorgeous. Right, so looking around, that is all of my whips and my finishes that I worked on. Let me think, it is only a few days to the end of April, so I'm just going to pick up and stitch whatever I want. And then we start Mania. Oh, I haven't made any set plans. I am definitely not starting a whole pile of stuff. I say that and it'll probably happen now. But I don't want to start a whole heap more. I kind of want to pick, I'm not very good at monogamous stitching. So I don't want to pick one thing and say I'm going to work on it, because it just won't happen. I know myself and I know that won't happen. So I'm kind of thinking maybe 4 projects. And then my, ornaments and just a few little wee bits and pieces in between, a couple of smalls or something like that, for May. And I didn't pull them out, because I was thinking maybe I could do the ones that I have that start with M, and there is about 3 or 4 of those. Haven't really decided. Scratch that, we'll just stitch what we want when we want, won't we? I'm also starting to plan my Christmas and July stitching. I did buy, and I've left it in the other room, the Annie B's 12 Days of Christmas, the stockings. Love them. Oh my gosh, and they look like quite quick stitches. I wanted to do that when they had it in the, who is it? The one that she does her ornaments for every month. But it's just too expensive to get it sent out to New Zealand. So I'm so glad, thank you Annie, for bringing that out in a booklet. So glad, because yeah, I really did want to stitch them ages ago. So they're definitely on my new starts for Christmas in July. If I wait that long. No, I will. I want to get the other ones finished. And I've got a few other series ones that I want to start. And hence why I'm working through those others. So kind of plans are getting progress for that. Last year for August and September, I did a stash start plus starts. And I am looking at that again. And you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, you have so many. I do, but I also have so many patterns that I've got the fabric, I've got the thread, or I'm using DMC, which means I've got the threads somewhere. Anyway, so I am contemplating maybe starting some more samplers. We'll see. We'll see. We might, yeah, I think I probably will. Only because once I started, then you can just pick it up and put a couple of threads in, and it's just going to get worked on. Whereas while it's sitting in my box of haven't started yet, it's just money sitting there dead. Whereas at least if I'm stitching, it's going to get done. So I think that's what I'm probably going to do for that. And I will get back to you with what, or ask some questions on help please, this is what I want to stitch. I need to probably do a video of what is in that stash pile. And some people might think I own a shop. But yes, I will look at that. And set my deadlines definitely for that and my Christmas stitching. I think, is it Lizzie? Is it June or July we're doing your birthday stitch? I need to look back through our messages and see, because Stacey Nash, she's ready to go. She's sitting in her bag by my couch waiting to be started. But I need to look back at whether that's June or July. But yes. All right. Other than that, I think we've covered everything. Like I said, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to commit to what I'm actually going to stitch on for May, because it just may not happen. Who knows? Alright, so guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for coming back. And I hope you sat through the whole thing. If you're new, it's probably not my best organised one. Let's just say that. But lots of fun. Always lots of fun to make these floss tubes. So please remember, one stitch at a time gets these projects done. Whether it's a big girl, big sampler, or the little ornaments. It is seriously one stitch at a time. Don't worry about how long it takes you. You'll get there and you'll get them finished. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of great pleasure when you get to the end of something and you look at it, whether it took you 2 hours or it took you 200 hours. You know, it's the joy of the needlework. It's the process of the stitching. That's the fun part. So guys, happy stitching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.